You can heal. You can.
Good morning. 28th January over here. It's a Thursday. Welcome everyone. Slowly we're all coming in here today. Another day, another potential dollar to make. Another potential dollar to make. So we're gonna wait on until everyone comes in and we're gonna start off our stream over here. I think this is the best New York session stream ever. I don't know where the idea came from. But what we're gonna do is let's take a look over here first. We got the gulag coming in. We got everyone coming in here. Please. Oh, good morning, Raja. Please check my analysis. Probably we're gonna check your analysis in a bit, because we will check our own analysis first before we check everyone else's analysis, right? That's how we go. So, without further ado, you know what? I was looking at pound yen over here actually during the night. I was thinking if we break above 142.650, are we going to continue moving bullish or not? But seemed like we just ranged over here. But the beautiful thing about this range is that we are basically creating these clean candles. So if we do get a rejection, I think there's going to be a probability for price to continue down over here in this clean range. And if you measure this range, it's like a 25 pip range, you know, filled with consolidation. If you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, it's a mess. See this? It's a mess on the 4-hour. Looking at the 1-hour, we still got some resistance over there. So I think I'm going to be waiting for price to break above 142.650 for it to continue bullish. It's going to be like a 17, 20 pip range all the way up over here around 142.800. And then we can continue on towards 143. So we're going to see what happens. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here. And we got some unemployment claims over here coming soon, and they're saying it's going to be a bad number here. Bad by what? 20,000? I think it's going to be worse than that. Man, if the number is worse than that, it's going to be interesting to see. We got ADP over there as well, and other than that, nothing happening. Overnight, we also had nothing going on. There was no news overnight. Overnight was a pretty clean session. You know, price rejected resistance, came down. Pre-New York is sort of like coming back up over here. Let's take a look at gold. Gold daily is also coming down over here now. Let's remove all. Actually, let's keep these analysis here. Let's go towards the 4-hour time frame. Gold is ranging here as well. Let's take a look on the 1-hour. Yeah. So we're creating a support on gold at this point. We're creating a support on gold. Seems like gold broke above this resistance over here. Somewhere down over here, we broke above this resistance, and we're coming bullish at this point. So yeah, gold is probably ranging over here. So we're gonna have to see what happens on gold if we break above 1841 to continue moving up towards 1844, 1845, somewhere right about here. Biden just wiped out over 100,000 jobs in his first week. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at that as well because they canceled the pipeline, and that pipeline was supposed to bring a lot of jobs, but that pipeline is gone now. So we're gonna see what happens. Pound yen, I'm going to be waiting for price to break above 142.650. Let's just put this over here. Break off 142.650. This is what I'm waiting for over here. For this area to break so we can potentially continue moving bullish. All right. Let's check out this chart over here. This is a strong support held in Asian and London. Target up over here. If we break below, target down over here. You know what else I was thinking? I was thinking that if we create some sort of a resistance up over here, rejecting this area, we may get a move coming down to retest this support. That's what I was thinking when I was coming to my office over here. I turned on my computer. I was looking at my phone. I was like, man, you know what? That would be a pretty nice move. But at the same time, we had this some sort of a rejection here as well. So I guess we'll have to wait. We shall have to wait to see where price is going to break over here today. There were GJ sells, then buys in London session. Yes, I think I see that right over here. price broke below this consolidation and continued breaking down. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Price closed under support, turned into resistance. They retested resistance. Aggressive entry taken. Yeah, I think there were rejections right over here. So if you took sells right over here, there was some sort. I guess it should have worked, but I guess there wasn't enough probability for price to. Yeah, see that? I mean, you had one candle, 15-minute candle come down. It was still at the support, so I think you could have closed right over here. So this is a probability of price not working out at that point. Hey guys, anybody has any idea on Nasdaq 100? I've got a standard 2-lot on the lowest rate from yesterday. Where can it go? That's a pretty interesting question. That it means you took a trade and now you don't know where it's gonna go. Then why did you take a trade? I mean, I don't think you should take a trade when you don't know where price is gonna go. This is just amazing. It's like when you stand at a bus stop, right? You stand at a bus stop and you jump on the bus, and then you ask someone, "Hey, where's this bus going?" And everyone's gonna look at you like, "What? Are you serious? You jumped on the bus?" Man, crazy, man. Maybe you guys have a lot of money to blow, or you guys have that fun money to play with. I don't know what's going on. Good morning. Quick question. What broker is recommended for clients in the US? The US broker is giving me 3 pip minimum spread on GJ. Unfortunately, if you're from the US, the only options you have are offshore brokerages, which are unregulated brokerages. But they're very trustworthy though. You know, so that's the option you have at this point. To go with offshore brokerages, if you're looking for good spreads, you're looking for higher leverage, you're looking for like, you know, where you can like hedge things and this and that. So those are the only options you have at this point. Current daily candle has broken the previous day candle. Should that be something to be worried about? I didn't even look at the daily candle. No, not really. I mean, yesterday I was looking at the fact that, okay, if we can come below 142, 280, 200, then maybe this move up would be a rejection, right? But the daily candle is still up, 4-hour candle still above support, 1-hour candle is in this range over here. So, like, you know, at this point, we're just waiting. What are we waiting for? I'm basically waiting to see if we're going to break above 142.650, or are we going to come back down to retest this low at around 142.250. These are the two things I'm looking for over here. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Entered over here, take profits down over here. Oh, nice. Very nice trade. Can the strategy we use here be used for intraday trading? Yes, it can be. Because it's not a strategy we use here. It's all about reading candles and understanding what candles are saying when they're forming. That's what it is, you know, like you're really understanding what candles are doing. So let's take a look at your JPY over here a little bit. So you're basically, oh wow, your JPY is also ranging over here. These are the zones we had from the Asian session. So if you look on the 4-hour over here, right, 4 hours rejecting that area. So like, you know, sometimes when you're looking at the high time frames, you'll have to wait a long time, right? So if you look on the 4 hours now coming back in this range over here, you can see candles are printing side by side. So let's say if someone was looking at a trade based on a 4-hour, you'll have to wait a little bit longer over here, because not only we broke above this resistance, we tapped into this resistance up over here as well. You know, so now you have to wait a couple hours for price to break above 126.350 if you think price is going to go up. You know, so let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour still ranging over here. Man, look at this. Look at these candles over here. They're just printing side by side. This means they're ranging. We also had some sort of a, man, yeah, this is really ugly price action over here. Let's see how big this range. Yeah, 8-9 pips. Nothing at all. Very ugly price action. Between IC Market and Pepperstone, which one would you recommend for scalpers in the UK? I haven't used Pepperstone, so I would use IC Markets. I mean, you know, because I haven't used Pepperstone. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold 5-minute chart. Price reject 1841 from resistance. Nasty range. Strong level. Okay. Nice. So what are we looking for over there? Right now it's just ranging over here. We have a resistance formed on 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 15-minute. Yeah, a lot of consolidation over here. Lots of ranging over here. Look at this 15-minute. Just garbage, right? And above this area, the only thing I can see above, 1842 is for price to continue moving up. But then you got this resistance over there, and then you got heavy, heavy consolidation resistance at 1846. Right over here to the left hand side. So you'll have to wait, right? You'll have to wait for news to come in. There's high volatile news over here coming soon at about 8:30. So you'll have to wait for that for gold to move here. All right, what's this? Took a paper trade. I didn't feel confident, but I should do it. Oh, nice. See, when you take a look at this chart over here and you take a look on the 1 hour, you can see how clean the 1 hours were. The only problem was that this 1 hour candle dipped down a little bit too hard before going up. And just by looking at this 1 hour time frame, what I'm thinking is, this is what I'm anticipating right over here, right? So we have a rejection at this point, right? We have a rejection here. We have all these candles rejecting as support, and then if this candle starts rejecting this area as resistance, and if the next one breaks the low over here, I think we can have a move going down towards 142, 250, and that's going to be like a 15 to 16 pip range, 15 to 16 pip move within this range. So that's something that I'm looking for at this point. Let's take a look over here. What's this? Unregulated brokers scare me, to be honest. Was the traders way and froze my account for 8 months? Oh yeah, it depends. Like some brokers, it's a matter of trust. I've been trading on Traders Domain for a little while now. I've used a lot of other unregulated brokers, so it's basically a matter of trust. Apologize. Take a look at this chart instead. Oh. Okay, so you're looking for sells over here on the 5-minute time frame. So this is some sort of a support over here. This is another support down over here. All right. Let's take a look at GU. Pound USD. So we got a 30-minute chart over here. Enter sell if the current candle closes bearish or breaks below the previous low. Yeah, that makes sense. The only problem is there's this possible rejection over here to the left-hand side that may cause some issues. I guess that's the same rejection we have on pound yen over here too. Let's see what happens. I'm basically waiting for pound yen to come down and kind of like break below this low to see if we're going to continue down or not. But I'm going to be cautious of this consolidation area to the left hand side. So there's a bit of a waiting over here. Potentially, I would want to see a nicer move. Let me point this out right over here. Great sells below 142, 250. This is what I would want to see. Great sells below 142, 250. Great buys above 142, 650. Let's do this here as well. Oops. There we go. That's something I'm potentially waiting for over here. These are going to be much better trades rather than within this range. But we're still going to try to see if we can get, like, well, if I can get something within this range if we break the low over here on the 1 hour time frame. Congratulations, as Dominion Markets is opening very soon. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Close 50%. Nice one. So you took a sell right over here and price came down. Very nice trade. Mostly we're looking for analysis. Mostly we're looking to see some analysis over here. I've been running our playbook successfully. Do you have any advice for going from sim to live account? Oh, I think the only way you should go to live account is if you are consistent. Well, from the get-go, you should go to a live account, and for the reasons we discussed yesterday is because, when you go to a live account, you not only start learning about, well, technical analysis, but you'll also start learning about how to manage live money, because while you're in trading, you go in drawdowns, so that's very important to learn about the live money aspect once you're in a drawdown. Yeah, for gold, I would want to see, it's not very clean. Let's take a look at this Euro CAD. So Euro CAD, price made a high, okay. Price made support, then broke it. Sells if price breaks and closes below. Clean traffic to next support, nice. Yeah, I like this here a lot. So you have all this clean range over here to the left hand side. And if price does come down, there's a high probability for it to mirror that same range here to the left hand side coming down to the support. So yes, you'll need some confirmations with the bearish candle close, and I think it's going to be a very good indication for price to continue bearish. So I'm waiting for this 1 hour candle to close over here. How do you trade news? How do you trade news? You don't trade news. That's how you trade news. You stay away from news. This is USD/JPY. Only reason why I avoid short if candle close is 6 pip range. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a smaller range over here. Range for buys above 104.360 is much better on USD/JPY. But you're right, this is no trade range, smaller range over here. But even though, if there's sometimes there's momentum in the market, this area to the left hand side, you're keeping this in the back of your mind, because if price starts coming down, you're keeping that area in the back of your mind if you start rejecting that. But overall, I think we still have clean candles here, so there's still a slight probability price may continue moving bearish. But that would also depend on if the news is bad, because right now price is ranging on USD/JPY, and we got high volatile news in about, at 8:30 a.m. So maybe you're going to get a push based on that. What do you think about GameStop? I don't think anything about GameStop. I'm on the Traders Domain website and it says they don't accept clients from the US. I think you can sign up through crypto. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is USD CAD. Not in trade, just visualizing this to form possibly. Okay, I think, yeah, this is good. You'll need to see bullish candles on 15-minute and the 30-minute for price to continue moving up, because we're in an uptrend over here. Let me do some full analysis on USD CAD. Alright, so let's say we're looking at the 4 hour. 4 hour is in a very, very, very heavy uptrend, right? We're also approaching this major resistance over here, 1.28650. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour has created a high over here, and what we need a support formed for price to continue up to retest the high. Something that happened right over here, right? Price came up, created a high, came down, support formed, boom, up. So that's what you want to see right over here. And now when we drop down to the 30-minute time frame, we're seeing a bullish candle forming on USD CAD right over here, right? And if this bullish candle forms on the 30-minute, there's a very high probability for the next 30-minute candle to continue moving bullish. Now at this point, I don't think waiting for the high to be broken here would make sense, because if you wait for the high to be broken, what's going to happen is your stop is going to be bigger, 9-10 pips, and your reward becomes smaller a little bit. But if you don't wait for the high to be broken with the next 30-minute candle, your stop is even smaller and you can extend it to be a little safer, and your reward gets bigger. So you get a solid bullish candle forming here, man, it's going to continue moving bullish. Should we wait for monthly to close? Well, it depends on what kind of a trade are you looking for. Are you looking for a weekly trade, daily trade? Then you got to wait for the monthly to close. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, we already looked at this chart. This is your JPY, messy range, no trade. Yeah, there's no trade over here at all. There's no trade on your JPY. Your JPY is just a mess at this point. I think what you need to do in your JPY on this chart is possibly there's a resistance over here, and then there's this support over here, but then this isn't enough range, so then you have your major support right down over here. Yeah, I would have the same areas like major resistance and major support. Anything over here, this is just range, just straight messy range. I mean, it's very difficult over here to see what price is going to do. So we have 9 minutes left for this candle to close, the 1 hour candle to close, and if you break above, I think it's going to be great buys, and I'm also looking to see if the next candle is going to break this low for price to continue down. That's something we're going to be looking for. Hey, what's the best time frame for scalping? Also, what's the best time frame you use for entries? You're basically looking at the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, those are best times for scalping. I mean, looking for like scalp trades, and then basically you're entering entries, I mean, you have to look at mostly some live streams we've done, like in all the live streams, you basically take entries. They're all like, entries based on scalping, so that's going to help you out a lot. Let's see here. This is candle close in Asian support. You took sells, price came down, closed 10 pips. Nice. So volume started dying down and you secured positions over there. So that's actually very, very good. All right, what's this? Oh, we're seeing the same charts over here now. Do you take trades in the ranging markets like buy and sell in a zone? No, not at all. I used to take those trades, but now I'm very, very conservative with my trades. Like I'm less aggressive now. Ooh, this is pound yen 30-minute chart. Support forms, take buys, target over here. Then we can break above to continue up. If support forms here, look for buys, sells on the break of 142, 200. I like this as well, so you're basically squeezing this range into smaller ranges. Yeah, that could work. Okay, Ayush Kano. Hey, what do you think about this chart? Let's take a look at this chart from the Gulag. Right now, we're waiting for this hour to close. We got about 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left. Pound yen 15-minute. Golden ratio 50% for price to come down. Target negative 27%. I don't know what these numbers are. Probably it's Fibonacci's. But yeah, the sells could work out. I'm actually looking for sells as well if price breaks below, 142, 440. And then we can come down to the support area here at 142, 250. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold 4-hour chart. If 1 hour candle closed bearish on this level, do you think price can retest 1835? To go bearish, 1835. So we got the 4-hour candle forming like this, right? And let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour candles are forming like this. I don't know. I think it's going to be difficult at this point, because as price comes down, you got this support area right over here at 1838. You also have these wicks over here. So price needs to break below these wicks to continue down. These wicks basically mean rejection. So whenever candles come down and they're like rejections to the left-hand side, candles always look at that and say that, oh, hey, like, what, price rejected here before, so maybe we want to reject here again. But if you look on the 30-minute time frame above 1841, you can see that if you get a candle closing above 1842, let's say, then you have a cleaner range going all the way up towards, 43, and then going all the way up towards 44 and 45. So, and I mean, the only small range we see is right over here below. I think this is going to be below 1838 for price to come down towards 1835. So I think better sells are going to be below 1838 because then you got this clean candle here to the left hand side. Ooh, someone has 20 lots on gold shorts. Well, if we keep breaking below these wicks, then we can continue down. But again, below 1838 would be a much better idea. All right, let's take a look over here. Okay, we got the same USD CAD chart. Now guys are sending the same charts. So we got 5 minutes left for this candle to close. USD CAD is also closing. We're going to keep an eye on USD CAD because this is the kind of setup that I like to take every time. You know, price makes a high, comes down, creates support, candle closes bullish, and a very, very high probability for price to continue moving bullish. You know, so I think if someone's looking for this trade, I think your stop is going to be below. I think your stop is going to be below this area right over here, and you're targeting for price to come into this vicinity up over here. That's what you're targeting at this point. But obviously, then you know you're managing risk on a 15-minute time frame and this and that, so you know it should be pretty good. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GBP AUD. Nice, secured 75%. Beautiful. Fill the wick over here too. Very nice trade. Do you think TP is placed correctly? I'm not sure what's to the left-hand side, but right over here, if you're securing 75%, that's pretty good. You know, then it should continue moving up since the trend is bullish here as well. And when GA has volume and it continues moving. So look at this right over here now. We're breaking below these lows, about to break below these lows. But I have to wait for the 1 hour candle to close to see what's going to happen. See, if this is a really risky trade because it's within the range. Also, there's some sort of a consolidation over here. So this is a risky move over here. I'm going to be more confident taking sells below 142.250 or buys above 142.650 because I wanted to see a 1 hour candle close bullish over here, you know, and the next one to break the low to continue down. That's what I want to see. On trades, I've been trying to trade small ranges, but for me, important is to have a setup that where I can manage risk, where I can stop loss, potentially reduce it ASAP. Okay. What's the reason for the 1 hour to close? Because we have to wait for the candles to close, right? That's the whole reason for the 1 hour to close. Because you gotta wait for the candles to close. All right. Saw this as well. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Rejection, GJ, okay. GJ sells, yeah, same thing. We have this consolidation over here, so I'm going to be watching that to see if we're going to reject that or not. But if you do breaking below the 30-minute low in the last 2 minutes, I don't feel like I'm going to be confident enough to execute this sell over here in the last 2 minutes of this candle. I'd want to let it pass. So this opportunity in this over here, I'm going to let it pass. I'm not going to execute on this. It's a smaller range, plus we got this rejection over there possibly, so you know, that's the reason. So we'll see what happens. We'll sit out. Let's take a look at this GU trade over here. So someone's looking for sells below this area. I think GU is doing like the same scenario as GJ for price to come down in this range. But then again, we have this rejection over here as well. So, you know, so this is going to be a game of waiting. Do we wait for price to break below 142.250 or break above 142.650? Let's see here. If the 15-minute candle closes like how it is, would an entry on the next 15-minute candle make sense? Probably no, because of this consolidation over here. This is the only thing that's stopping me from taking this trade. You know, and then your range is right down over here. So that's the only thing that's stopping me from taking this trade. So I'm going to wait for price to break out of this range. Because right here, price is in the range, right? It makes no sense to kind of like risk something within this range. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, nice. Sells below this area to come down over here. Nice. Looks like it played out here for you. Wow, USD CAD is still moving up over here. This candle is about to close in 40 seconds, and I think there's a very high probability for it to continue moving bullish. Hello, Wix Don't Lie, long-time listener, third-time chart sender, my GJ trading plan, your input needed. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at this GJ plan right now. Oh, no trade range. We got safe sells below support. All right, makes sense over here. And we got buys above this area over here too. Makes sense below this area. I'm looking for safe sells below that support as well. And if you look at this candle, the 1 hour candle closed with no wick at the bottom. The 30-minute candle also closed with no wick at the bottom. So you know what this means? I'm probably going to stay away from this now 100%. Because, you know, candles are closing with no wicks. So it makes no sense to kind of like, you know, take trades based on that. Because candles with no wicks, they basically mean there's no range for the next candle to go up or down. I mean, there's a probability it can go down, but then again, now we're in this consolidation area, so it's better to wait for a price to break below 142, 250. Okay, we looked at this chart here as well. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ, sells below 142.119. Alright, so you're looking for sells deeper 142.119 and buys above 142.640. Okay, makes sense. I'm looking for sells below 142.250 for price to go beyond this area to continue down. So we're going to see what happens. Let's take a look at USD CAD. USD CAD is also closing bullish. 1 hour candle closing bullish. 15-minute also closing bullish. Very high probability for it to continue moving up as long as it respects the support down over here.
Hey Raja, do you think if it does break with GJ, if it breaks this consolidation at the bottom, it's going to be a real hard drop after?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, because like this is a 4-hour range at this point, right? And we've been in this range for like a long time over here now. You know, and this support has been held here in New York session 27th. Also, like in the Asian session, this support held in the London session as well. So if we break below, I think it's going to be a pretty nice move going down.
Yeah, I'm up 20 pips, so I'm just going to close half now and leave the rest to run.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Happy days. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Very nice. GA, good range, 30 pips, heavy uptrend. Would it be better to wait for the close and confirmations at the break? I think you need to look at what was the better entry. I think a better entry was somewhere down over here when this candle closed bullish. Maybe an entry over here was a much better entry for price to go up. But now, since if you've missed the entry, then you want to wait for some sort of a support to be formed for price to continue moving bullish. Does price need to close breaking the wick to take a trade, or can the wick entry be enough? Probably not. You know, if price comes down to support, I want to look for two things, right? The first thing I want to look for is I want a candle to kind of like close like this, bearish candle, and the next one to break the low, and as it breaks the low, that's going to be my entry for price to continue moving bearish, right? Or what I want to see is I want to see a candle closing below the support, something, you know, something like this, and then taking the entry on the next candle as it breaks this low over here for price to, like, you know, continue down at this point. That's something I would want to see. So we got two scenarios in my mind that I'm waiting for. You know, price is in this range, so obviously we're waiting over here now. Do you think this was a very risky entry? Let's take a look over here. This is pound yen 15-minute chart, closed above consolidation. You took an entry, stops below over here, anticipating mirror of this candle. Man, this is a very good entry. I mean, if you have very good analysis and the analysis played out exactly how you visualized in your mind, it's amazing. So this wasn't a risky entry. It was actually very good.
Hey Raja, how's it going?
Hey, good, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. If we break 142 to 50, what's the potential target, you think?
It's right here on my chart.
Okay. So this will be your take profit, and the partial take profit will be 142, 100.
Yeah, like I'm looking for like price to break down, and this is the area I'm being cautious about, 142, 150. So we need to continue breaking below this to continue down towards 142 even.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. What would you say you struggled with the most when you first started trading, and how did you deal with it? I think my biggest struggle was trusting my analysis. That was the biggest struggle. Because most times when I would come to the chart, I would see that price is going to move a certain way. I would anticipate it, I would plot my zones, and then when the time would come to actually execute, I wouldn't execute. And that was a big struggle for a very, very long time because I would always see price move in my favor. And the way I handled that situation was to take smaller risk trades, because when you take smaller risk trades and when they start to play out the way you expected them to play out, what happens is your confidence goes up a little bit. So you take one small trade, you get a winning trade, your confidence goes up a little bit more. You come to the next day, you take another trade, it works out, your confidence goes up a little bit more. Then naturally, as you start succeeding in these small trades, your lot sizes, they become bigger and bigger because your confidence is increasing in the setups you're looking for. So that's how, and that took me a long time, because building confidence is really hard, especially if you're someone coming from a losing streak. Like if you haven't had a win for a long time, if you haven't withdrawn money in the last 6-7 months, then it's really difficult to build confidence. But it's going to take time. It can be built. We have a lot of members in our group where they came from the time when they haven't made any withdrawals, or they haven't had any consistent wins. They've had consistent losses. With time, they're now starting to see small wins, consistent wins. If not consistent wins, they've moved from having consistent losses to break even. So when you come from consistent losses to break even is going to be time where you're going to stay there for a very, very long time, because you're break even, you're not making wins, you're not making losses, but you're still kind of trying to see how you can now come up towards tiny profits. And then we start looking at risk management and all that stuff to make sure your losses are smaller. Because if your losses are smaller, then your wins, they comparatively look bigger, right? Because your wins are your wins. You can't make them bigger. They will be what they are, but you can control your losses at that point. Gold is still ranging over here. It looks like USD CAD is also retracing it quite a bit. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, already looked at this chart. Let's take a look at this chart. Already looked at this chart. Oh, I think the charts are repeating here in Zoom. Interesting. All right. Oh. Okay, possible sells if the next 1 hour candle breaks the low. Nice. So I guess you took these sells over here for price to come down. Safer sells below 142.250. That's something what I like now. Safer sells below 142.250. That's what I'm going to be waiting for over here. Hey Raja, can you take a look at this trade I took? This is TJ from the Gulag. Let's take a look over here. 15-minute time frame, waited for candle close yesterday, had an impulse trade. Oh nice, so you took an impulse trade over here and price came right down to your target. Very nice. That's a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. I'm basically waiting for price to kind of break up or break down. All right, so this is GJ chart. Entered a bit late when it broke the lows and the minor support. Price came down, went to retest, grab liquidity. Yeah, I don't think there was any mistake. I think there was these rejections here through left hand side, and this candle closed with no wick. So I guess you could have waited for a candle to close bearish below this area, because a bearish close would have given you more opportunity for sells, because these rejections here, they basically restricted the movement for price to come down. But if you manage risk at that point, that's still pretty good. What's a safe percentage to withdraw from your account without limiting the account growth in the long run? See, it's not about account growth. I think people have this wrong misconception about growing accounts. Because I mean, when you look at social media, all you see is like, oh, you got a compound account, you got a grow account, you got to get your account to this magical number. It's not about that, man. It's about withdrawing money. Like if you make profits, aim to withdraw some profits at the end of 2 weeks. That's what my aim is, every time I'm trading. My aim is to withdraw money at the end of the month. Whether it's $10, $100, $150, wherever I can take my account, that's my goal, to withdraw money. Account is going to grow over time, obviously, right, with confidence, and but like the main goal is to withdraw money, because when you withdraw money, it comes to your bank account and it looks really, really real. And man, trust me, when money comes to your bank account from your trading account, that's a really awesome feeling, so you got to experience that. GJ broke support earlier. Is the reason you shouldn't take that trade because it wasn't in NY Open? Yeah, I wasn't too confident within this range either. Like, I wanted the 1 hour candle to close in a certain way. It didn't close, so I just stayed away from that trade. What do you think about this Euro New Zealand chart? All right. Let's take a look at this Euro New Zealand chart. Euro New Zealand, retest and buy and break of the high. Yeah, it looks good. I'd like that once we break above for price to continue up. Ooh, looks like USD CAD is just slapping people around now, coming back down over here. Let's change USD CAD. Let's move on to your JPY. Yeah, your JPY is also kind of like ranging over here now, trying to break up. Magic keys playing games. Expert always removed when pressing open calc. Message 0 divide in MK. Try replacing the batteries or try restarting the whole software. That may help it. I see you work with more lower time frames. Does this strategy work with high time frames? Yes, it does. It's not a strategy, it's how you read candles. That's what it is. So if we're looking at this time frame over here, we know price is ranging, and we're waiting for price to either break below 142.250 or break above this area. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. Ooh, we already looked at this chart. I think the messages are repeating in Zoom over here. Yeah, I think they are. Nice. Nice trade. Price broke below, it took sells. Yeah, I think they are repeating. Well, looks like it's going to be we'll have to get comfortable here today because we're ranging here in pound yen here today. So just get comfortable, you know, get some nice seating and just chill. It's going to be chilling here. Why don't we think about opening positions in this 40 pip range? Is it too big? I don't know, which pair are you talking about? Oh, right over here? Yeah, because there's a lot of range over here. You know, there was a range over here. And it's not 40 pips when your confirmation is down over here. It's like 20 pips over here. You know, so it gets pretty difficult at that point. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a pound yen 5-minute chart. Entered at the 5-minute break of support. Oh, nice. Already collected, leaving 50%. Nice. Took this on a smaller time frame. Hey, good morning, Raja. Can Magic Keys base trade on dollar amount, risk to reward, or is it based on pips? It's based on both. You can base it on pips or you can base it on dollar amount. So the good thing is that once you open your risk parameters, it's going to show you risk in pips and also risk in dollar amount. So that's the beautiful thing about that. Hey, I'm doing the FTMO challenge. Please take a look. Oh, nice. Already looked at this chart. Yeah, guys are sending the same charts now. So close took sells, price failed to break the low of the candle. Oh yeah, I don't think the 15-minute was good enough confirmation. Try looking at the 30-minute here as well and see how the 30-minute candle closed. Because if this is a 15-minute time frame and candle closed like this, maybe look at the 30-minute as well and see how it closed. Maybe it can give you some more information. For all who use we in Zoom chat, should come back to the gulag. Someone said that in the gulag there. Whoever says we in the Zoom chat, go back in the gulag. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a waiting day over here. Gold is still ranging here. We got some heavy news coming in for gold later on. Your JPY is now trying to break above this area over here now. Let's see how far we can go. So looking at the 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, the range we have, looking at the 1 hour here as well. The range we have, which is it's like 7-8 pips, man. It's not that big enough range. Looking at the daily time frame, if we do break above, I think potentially we can continue up towards 126,640. It's gonna be like a 30 pip range. And on the 4 hour time frame, we got our first stop at this area around over here, 126,500. If we do continue breaking above, 126,330, I think that's a very good area for price to come into. All right. Okay, already looked at this chart. Yeah, still waiting on pound yen over here. It's gonna be a long wait over here. Hey, bro, I have a small question. Can I ask you on the mic or nah? Man, just come on the mic and ask it. It's an open mic. Hey Raja, on the 4 hour for GJ, it seems that 142.250 is a very strong resistance. I think you made support. So do you think it would be better for the 4 hour candle to break below that area? Yeah, on the 4 hour it's the same thing, right? We got a strong support. On the 1 hour also, it's the same support over here. So we'll have to wait for this to break either way. I think the best way to kind of like force yourself to get disciplined is to be willing to miss out on trades. I think a lot of people, they rush into trades, you want to get into trades quick, you want to make some profits, that's all well and good. But I think you should be willing to sit out and miss out some trades. I do that all the time. Like this morning I sat out on this trade while other people took this trade for price to come down. I sat out because I'm waiting for these things to break over here, break below support, break above resistance. Because what happens is when you sit out on trades and you see trades are working out, you start to make notes of why these things are working out, and then you come back the next day to see if you can find the same situation happen or not. So I'm never phased if I miss out a trade. I think it's a very good thing if I can sit out and miss out a trade. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Ooh, wrong chart in the Zoom chat. Damn, Daniel. Somewhat of a personal question, so don't feel obligated to answer. Do you trade in your own personal name or are you trading as a corporation? I'm trading as a corporation. Because what I learned is like when you start making, I think when you start making more than your primary income, then that's when you should be trading under a corporation or you should be operating under a corporation. Because that's when the game starts to change, right? Because if you have a side hustle and that hustle, the money coming in from that side hustle increases than your primary income, then you guys start to make some changes on a corporate level. Man, you guys in Zoom keep sending the same charts. All right, let's take a look over here. Wicks Don't Lie said Fibonacci didn't work. I never said that. You need to maybe unplug your ears there. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is nice, Swiss franc yen. Coming down, 4 hour chart. Is my TP far-fetched? I think this is your take profit here. It makes sense, but at the same time, you got to identify what's happening over here on the smaller time frames. Because this may look like some sort of a rejection on the 1 hour time frame or on the 30-minute time frame. So you got to take a look into that and then put stops at break even. Also, maybe secure some profits down over here as price comes down to this point. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is thoughts on this bias. Okay, so this is daily pound yen, retest of broken support. 1 hour candle closed below all candles. You can take a sell over there. My bias is bullish for today with break of 142. All right, so looking for break above this area over here. Yeah, I'm looking for break above that area as well. 142.650 for good indication for buys.
Your nose for the duration of the flight.
Oh, someone's in the airport.
Overall.
Nice. How did you go about opening your own trading corporation? It was pretty easy. I looked up the name I wanted to open with. I got a corporate number, and then I registered the name with that corporate number. I called the tax office and I told them I need a GST number. They gave me that. I went to the bank, and the bank opened me a corporate bank account. And then I applied for a corporate credit card. And then from the money in that corporate account, when I pay that money to myself, that's the corporation paying me as an employee. So then I become an employee to my own corporation. It's pretty easy. I mean, you just got to Google it. All right, price action is good at any time frame. Thank you, sir. Oh, nice. Price action is good at any time frame. Clean traffic on the 5-minute time frame. Very nice. Beautiful trade over there. See this, man? Like, man, you guys are getting way better than me. That's amazing. I'm just waiting for these levels to break over here today. See what we can do here. I thought Canadians don't pay taxes. Man, Canadians pay taxes out of their ass. I mean, man, we pay a lot of taxes. Trust me, like if you're making 200,000, right, on like a personal level, if your pay is 200,000, 70,000 is tax, from that 200,000. 70,000 of that is tax. So you can do the math over here. Let's do some math over here. So go to calculator online. So let's
35%.
Yeah, exactly. It's 35%. So you're left with what? 130,000? That's what you're left with. That's 130,000? No. 13,000, 130,000 divided by 12. Yeah, that's what you're making a month, 10,000. But 200,000, man.
Where I'm from in Belgium, bro, or I live here, it's 53%.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Yeah. I bought a ledger, and the state doesn't know I'm trading,
Yeah, that's good.
Doing fraud.
53%.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous.
Damn.
So I'd rather have Canada's taxes than these taxes for sure. For sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And the big problem I have is with the current situation with these lockdowns and these stay-at-home orders is like I paid these taxes and then I'm being told what to do. Like there's no freedom. In Canada, at least, like there's no freedom. They're locking down the provinces here now soon. They're going to really restrict movements, and people don't like that at all. Some people don't like that.
Raja, you should set your corporation up in Florida.
Yeah, probably Delaware too. Set the corporation up in Delaware. But it's not that.
Beaches. Delaware has no. Forget that.
Oh, okay. Yes, mostly to do with personal tax, because like when you go apply for loans on a personal level, then you got to show some sort of an income. So that's where the problem is. But, like it is what it is. We learn to deal with it. Let's take a look at this chart over here. 4-hour chart. Buys above 650. Yeah, same thing I'm looking for here as well. This is based on the 4-hour over here. Let's take a look at this chart. Already looked at this chart. I think charts are just repeating in the Zoom chat over here. Wait, do you pay tax in trade? I thought you don't. Yeah, you do. You pay. When the money comes into your country, man, you pay tax on that. Trust me, you can't escape it. You can escape it for the first 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then they're gonna catch up to it, and then they will ask you, hey, what you doing over there? Why don't you pay tax over there? You know, and then you get audited, and that's the worst thing to be in. Entry on the break of the top wick below bottom wick. What my analysis was wrong. I think your analysis was correct on USD CAD. Let's take a look over here. Your analysis was correct on USD CAD, you know, because if you look over here, all candles were bullish. 1 hour was bullish, 30-minute was bullish, 15-minute was bullish. Everything was good to continue going up. It's just the fact that there wasn't enough probability for price to continue going up. That's all, you know. So you got to accept probabilities too, because if this happens on pound yen, I'd take this trade every day, because this situation. Let me just hide this here for a sec. This situation over here, for the next candle to go up, there's a very high probability for the next candle to go up. This happens around 70 to 80% of the time, you know. So I take this trade every single day. Even if I take this trade 10 times, I think 3 times is going to be a losing trade. And that's totally fine, because majority are winning trades. So now you got to wait for the next time this situation happens here. The 30-minute candle is also about to close in 3 minutes over here, and we're still in these weird situations here today. Securing my first profitable month. Oh, nice. Look at this. I'm securing my first profitable month. I slept in today and not trading tomorrow. It's too small of a profit to withdraw for many, but people did consider it break even. Oh, nice. Beautiful. That's amazing. Even a break-even month or small profitable month, that's a small step towards the right direction. Can you escape taxes by buying things and say they are for a corporation? No, you can't do that. You can do a tax write-off. Like, so I leased a car, right? I leased a car. The payments are around $800, including tax. So 13% out of that 800 is basically a tax write-off. So the car cost me around, I think, 660, something like that, instead of 800. So I'm paying 800, but every quarter I'm getting, you know, $150 per month back. You know, so it cost me around 660, something like that. So that's when, you know, having a corporation helps you, because you can do some tax write-offs. All right, what's this chart over here? GU 30-minute chart. USD strengthened in current markets and also stronger than yen, anticipating a risk currency weaken. Okay, so you're looking for sells below this area on GBP USD. Let's break down GBP USD over here. We're seeing Euro Yen also break up, so we're going to break down GBP USD here. Remove our analysis, go to the 4-hour time frame, and what we see on the 4-hour is that there is a strong level of support over here. We have some resistance level up over here, and looking down at the 1-hour time frame, now we can kind of like adjust these levels, maybe bring it down at this point here on the 1-hour time frame. Looking at the 30-minute time frame now, yeah, we got that support over there. We also have now this kind of like a minor resistance at this point over here. So yeah, we'll need to see a break below this area here for price to continue bearish. And if you want to measure this range, this is going to be like a 22 pip range. Pretty nice range over here for price to come into, right? So if you can break below that low, now we have a target down over here. So all we need to see is price to break below this low for price to continue down. And this is obviously in a range over here now. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, having some issues loading. Oh, I think we already looked at this chart. This was the GJ chart. I think it was just a repeat chart. On GJ, if we reject the support, close bullish, can we take the next 30-minute bullish candle to go back up to retest the high? Looking at the 30-minute candle right now, it's closing bullish. The next one to go up 15 pips. See, it's within this range. I wouldn't want to take this trade at all. It's within that range over here. Even though it can continue moving bullish, I just feel very uncomfortable taking that trade because it's within that range. But it looks good though. You got clean candles, but it's within this range, which is why I'm gonna stay away from this trade. I'm gonna wait for price to break above 650 or break below 250. If that doesn't happen for me, then I'm not gonna take any trade today because it's a Thursday, and Thursdays is when I take my last trade for the week. Because Friday is normally a no trade day for me most times, so we're gonna see what happens.
Raja, you know what? That looking at the bigger time frames on GJ makes sense that we can create another high today with GJ. So on the selling perspective, I just wanna point that it can be risky sells unless you got a nice break of the structure like a candle closing below that range. At this point, I don't think impulsive sells are gonna work in this setup with GJ. The way I see it right now is the daily candle retested yesterday low. So basically, if we're still trading in this kind of range, it's a messy range, and we don't have enough range, to be honest, to take trades inside this range. But yeah, this is the second time that we're respecting support. On the hourly candles, it makes sense that this candle, if we close bullish with this candle, the next one is gonna retest those highs around 142,640. Because at this point, the hourly candle did the retest and it's rejecting it one more time. So if it closed bullish and breaking above the current bullish candle, New York can make the push toward 142,640. That's basically the problem, is that we don't have enough range in this area, to take trades inside this range. But I'll be looking, like you said, buys above 142,650.
Yeah. See, there's another pound yen chart over here. First target, get a bullish candle to close here. Yeah, this is the whole problem I have with this range. You're right, Kerwin. I don't feel comfortable taking a trade in this range at all. Just gotta wait for this resistance to break or the support to break.
Yeah, I think that's the best we can do.
All right, this is
drew this candle earlier. Yeah, if you get a candle doing something. Other than that, you gotta be aware that you have a 500 area right here that can react as resistance, and play in this range. So just to consider the 500 level as a strong level.
In Zoom, I would really appreciate if people stop sending the same charts over and over again, because it takes time to go through messages. So if you keep sending charts over and over again, I'm just going to stop looking at your charts, because it's getting annoying now to a point. Because guys, I have like 2 eyes, right? I have 2 eyes, 1 brain. You guys need to relax. So you're taxed based on capital gains? Yes, tax based on capital gains. I've been looking at charts all week without taking any trade to test my ability to miss out on trades because I was chasing trades too much and entering too fast or reckless. Yeah, that happens. Like when you're really ambitious to take trades, you mostly you try to you enter risky trades or you enter on impulse trades, and yeah, that's also not a good thing at all. Let's take a look over here. Price action. All right, already looked at this chart over here. Let's take a look at this gold chart. Gold charts. We got resistance up over here at 1842. Waiting for price to close above to continue moving up. I like that here as well. You know, we got that resistance. We got the support. If we break down, we can have a nice move coming down. If we break up, we have this range for price to continue up. See if your JPY is breaking up. No, it's not breaking up at all. See, the 30-minute candle closed above resistance, but the 15-minute candle closed right at resistance. So you need to break above this area for price to have that confidence that price is going to continue moving bullish. All right, what's this? Pound yen. Would you consider this as false breakout on 15-minute? Yes. Yep, that was a false breakout. So waiting for price to break below this area over here now. It's a pretty good day, you know, lots of waiting over here and waiting around. I don't mind waiting around at all. You know, I think it's good for psychology here as well. For people who can't trade just like fibs. That's something someone said in the gulag. For people who can't trade, they just like fibs out of no reason. I don't think it's just that. I think fibs do work. Like, you know. So it depends on what's formed. Alright, already looked at this chart. Hey, Raja, if the 30-minute candle closed bullish, wouldn't it be good to take a buy? Yeah, it's going to be good. You can take that buy if you want. I'm just staying away from it because I don't trust this at all. You know, I want to see price come out of the range above or come at below the range down over here. But if you look on the 15-minute time frame, you know, you don't want price to break down over here and then you want it to continue moving bullish, which is why I'm staying away from buying within this range over here. Even though it can go up, I'm willing to miss out on that move. Let's take a look over here. This is a 15-minute chart. If candle closed bullish, there's chance for buys. Okay, so a lot of people are looking for the same buys over here. We got 22 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. If the buys do work, you want this 30-minute candle to break its own high at this point and then continue moving bullish. So you still got some range over here if you're executing buys. Still got range over here, like 14, 15 pip range. But I'm staying away from it. We'll have to wait to see if we break above or below. Come to South Africa, we aren't closing anything down because nothing was open in the first place. Yeah. If you look at your Chinese indicator, you see pound and yen are at the same level, so that's why it's not moving now. Yes. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator over here, and then we're going to go for a little tea break. So pound is weak, yen is weak, dollar is strong, yen is weak, euro, yen is weak. Yeah, okay. Basically, it's kind of like in a ranging situation over here. Euro, yen is strong, so that means if we break above this area, then we should continue moving bullish on euro, yen, but not on pound, yen, because it's kind of like ranging at this point. Let's take a look at this chart by Mohammed. Oh, wrong chart. Wrong chart. Yeah, now you guys are just sending the same charts over and over again. Look at this. Look at this. Same chart again. Same chart again. If the next 30-minute candle breaks the high, okay, it's a pound yen over here for price to go up. I'm staying away from this range, and it's I think I made a really good decision to stay away from this range because look at this. It's just not forming the way you want it to form. How do you stay so patient when people keep asking you the same questions? The reason why I stay patient is because I'm a slow learner, you know. So when I'm learning something, I like to ask the same questions over and over again until I completely get it. So I get where they come from, you know. Like sometimes, you know, some people are slow learners like me, so that's why I don't get impatient at all. Like I like to answer all questions, you know. But with people sending the same charts in Zoom, man, my patience is running thin over here now. All right. Can we discuss what brokers you recommend for scalping and the benefits of unregulated brokers? Some unregulated brokers make it difficult to withdraw. I don't know. If you think some unregulated brokers make it difficult to withdraw, then maybe look for someone else. You know, I like it a lot, you know, because your spreads are lower, your commissions are lower, you have higher leverage, you can deposit via crypto, you can withdraw via crypto. Like it all depends on trust. You know, like if you know owners of brokerages and you're trading on them, then there's a bit of a trust over there. But if you're trading on a broker where it's just like a very corporate answer to anything you question, then there's a bit of a problem there, right? So I think a lot of people also overthink when they choose a brokerage. I never overthink stuff at all. I don't overthink at all. When I first started, I wanted to look for a brokerage, and the first broker I saw was IC Markets. I went with IC Markets. Worked out pretty well. There was no problem at all. I also traded on Hugo's Way. I left Hugo's Way, and the reason why I left Hugo's Way was because I withdrew 5,000, and that amount came in 4 installments. You know, first 1,500 came, then 1,500 came, then 1,000 came, and then 1,000 came. You know, in increment of like 6-7 days. So I saw that a bit weird. I'm like, why? You know, and then I left Hugo's Way. How long did it take you to become profitable? Where you actually was able to withdraw out a couple $100 and reap some of the rewards you work? I think it took about like a year. And that year, that was only after, like, you know, just by waiting for setups, basically. It was all discipline. I mean, I talk to someone, like, you know, a couple of guys every day, and like the most problem they're having is that they don't want to wait for setups. They don't want to wait to miss out on moves. Like your profitability is not going to come from executing all the time. Profitability is going to come from just sitting and watching the charts and letting them play out. You know, like I haven't taken a trade in the last, since 6:30 we started. No trade at all. We saw a move happen. I didn't take a trade at all because I'm just waiting for price to either break below or break above. And when you're waiting, you're going to miss moves. And when you miss moves, it's up to you to make notes or not. Because when you're going to make notes on a move that you missed, then you're going to basically be visualizing that in your mind for the next time it happens. So that's where all your time is spent, to just wait for the move to happen the next time and see if you can execute on that or not. How do you deal with overconfidence? Overconfidence is like a guard dog, you know, an over efficient guard dog. You know, when you have a guard dog and the guard dog wants to bite everybody because it's over efficient, so you got to control it, you know. That's what overconfidence is.
Oh, man.
You got to control it, because you'll take 2 trades, you'll have 2 winning trades, and then you want to take a 3rd trade, then you got to say that no, I got to stop right now.
You know what makes me laugh? Chihuahuas. Oh man, they're so tiny and they're always barking, man.
Yeah.
Felix just have a complex, yeah.
Just,
I mean,
kick the dog. Shut up, man. What you barking for?
Yeah.
There's a video called, "Hey, why you kick my dog?" You kick my dog.
Oh, from India.
Yeah. It was Aptar. Hey, is this Aptar speaking? Yeah. Why you kick my
That's
dog?
gotta be like 10 plus years old right now. It's
Oh
still classic.
man, that's super old video.
That video is hilarious.
Why you kick my dog? Hey, what do you think about this? Or is the consolidation too risky? Let's take a look over here. I think it's better below this area here, 18, whatever that area is right down over here, 1838. It's a good range. It's like have like a 29, 30 pip range over here. What do you think of this way of journaling, saving all analysis and one of the trades on my desktop each month? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea to journal trades that way. You take screenshots and you basically save those screenshots as before and after. Yeah, this is this is a good way to journal trades like this. This is something like what I do, but in video format. You know, so after the session, I go to my charts again. I start on my screen recorder, just like something I posted yesterday on Instagram, and then just go over the session. I go over the session to see where I could have executed, where I could have done better. If I took a loss, how could I have taken a winning trade? If I took a win, how I could have really exploited that trade to make bigger gains. You know, so I always look at those things all the time. I think it's very important. Ooh, someone's not happy in the Zoom chat. Ooh, looks like Alex is mad. How would you recommend taking profits when in a trade? Just hit X and you're going to take profits. I mean, what kind of question is that, man? Just take profits when you want to take profits. Are you not starting a brokerage? I've partnered up with somebody and we're launching our platform in February. It's been a wild progress, man. It takes a long time to get things done. The problem with dealing with the financial industry is you don't have set dates. That's the whole problem. So every time you set a date, it gets delayed. So like, you know, that's a bit of an issue. How long does it take you to be a six-figure trader? It depends on how much money you have, basically. It's not about being a six-figure trader. It's about withdrawing money to pay bills. That's what it is. You know, are you able to withdraw like, you know, consistent amount to pay your bills or not? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Where did you find a Japanese indicator? It's not a Japanese indicator. It's a Chinese indicator. Do you still have Trixie account? Can you show how it looks like? How you can analyze trade there? Yeah, I mean, you go to Trixie and go to trixie.trade, open up an account, and yeah, you can take a look at that. I mean, it's pretty easy, right? Go to trixie.trade and you register, log in. I think it's free for the first 2 weeks, and then you can play around with it. Let me see if we can find some information here. Trixie.trade. Okay, so I think this is the link right over here. I'm going to try to open this link here for you guys to show you. Trixie.trade. Alright, so this is one of our members. He posts charts here on Trixie. So we're going to take a look at one of the winning trades over here. So this is how you can basically post charts in Trixie.trade. You can really, this is a really good journal, man. Trixie.trade. Look at this. You got time frames over here. The entry was on the 15-minute time frame. If you want to look at the 30-minute time frame, you don't need to make another screenshot. You can just go to the 30-minute time frame, and it's going to be right over here. This is how it looks on a 30-minute time frame, and then this is how it looks on a 1-hour time frame. You don't need to take separate screenshots. So if you want to take a look at that on the 5-minute time frame, you can just go to the 5-minute time frame. And it's going to show you right over here, 5-minute time frame, right? So you don't need to take separate screenshots. Everything is saved over here. You can do these things over here. You can add indicators to those things, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Trixie.trade. I'm 1 win away from beating my best month. Oh, nice. Beautiful. I hope you make it.
doesn't that journal kind of already like is incorporated in TradingView in the ideas section? Because you can like capture your idea and then it's always on your profile, right? Isn't that pretty much the same?
Yeah, it is, but I think it's different in a way where you can kind of like move around in that same chart. I haven't really looked into TradingView a lot, so I don't know what that idea section does. But
Yeah, I believe it allows you to what is it called? The screen lock. It doesn't have that lock, so you can zoom in, zoom out.
yeah, exactly. You can do the zoom in and zoom out, but I don't know what that idea section does. I haven't really looked at it. Are you guys planning on taking any trades this session? Yes. If you see right over here, it says great buys above 142.650, great sells below 142.250. Gold also, I think buys are going to be above 1842 as we break this area. Your JPY also above this area. I mean, you got to look at the chart, right? You got to look at the chart and you got to try to see that if price is ranging, does trades make sense or not? You know, instead of asking that question, are you guys looking for any trades? Looks like pound yen over here is breaking up in the last few minutes over here before NY Open. And we're going to see how it moves here in NY Open. Looks like it's going to come up to retest this resistance here. We got around 7 minutes left. Does Daniel Savage join your Zoom session sometimes? Sometimes. He used to in the morning, but then he started hosting his own Zoom sessions. Who are the other geezers on your live stream? These are the Gulag champions. We are all the Gulag champions. So everyone in the Gulag, you're in the Gulag, but we're all in Zoom. We're the champions.
Just called us geezers.
Yeah, I just call you guys geezers, man. Why are you guys calling us geezers? You know, a geezer is a hot water tank in Pakistan. So when I first went to the UK and I heard this word geezer, I was like, why are they calling each other hot water tanks? You know? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Geezer, hot water tank. And then I realized, oh, okay, it's like a term. All right, gold is at 1842 over here. Let's take a look at this 15-minute time frame. Hedge fund men are shaking. GameStonk pre-market up another 37%. Oh wow, crazy. Really? GameStop stock. Let's see over here. It was at 3:40 in the morning when I looked at it.
Do you think we could do something like this on GJ? Everybody buy on GJ.
See, this is why Microsoft Bing sucks. Because I wrote this in and it's not showing me here.
Yeah, please Google.
Man, Bill Gates should start focusing on Bing more than he's focusing on the pandemic, you know?
Roger.
Oh, 347. Hello there.
What's going on? So, for all you guys out there that's new to this trading world, GameStop is a pump and dump, okay? It's worthless. It's going to eventually come down. So stay away from it.
Oh yeah, like it's what they say, right? Like, I mean, if everyone knows about it, then you're too late.
Yeah. It's what happens. They call it a float. The float right now is it's X amount of shares in there, and it's a short squeeze. So every time people buys into it, it keeps on squeezing and going higher. But eventually, it's going to come down. It's just like Kodak.
Yes, it's like Kodak. Yeah, it's like it's going to be a waiting day here today.
Yeah, maybe no trading for me today, because I mean, right now the scenario for GBP JPY is gonna be if we break above 142.500, then if we start crossing, let's say 142.600, then this is worth it looking for buys at that point. Other than that, we may get another rejection from that 500 level and come back to retest the lows. So that's what I'm basically looking. And you know, if this range, the top range, basically that level, the 142.600, if let's say it was 142.800, I will take a trade above 142.500, even though I have a small rejection from the 57. But at that point, I know that we're crossing the 500 level. At that point, the 500 is gonna react as a support. And anything trading above that area, it's gonna be nice buys. But I'm really aware that this move can be easily a fake move, and we can easily reject the 500 to retest the lows. Clean moves are been happening after NYSE open, so this is a deadly range. You gotta be careful with that.
So, Uncle K, I have a question. You're saying that the 500 level could become support eventually. Is that because it's a psychological level?
That's a psychological level.
Okay.
If you backtest GJ, you're gonna find out that GJ tends to react really strong at those levels, the 500s and round numbers. Let's say 142, 141, 141, 500. Backtest it and look how it tends to move at those key levels.
Yeah, I used to watch Jeevan's YouTube channels, and he talks a lot about them, and I understood a bit from him. That's why I just wanted to ask you: is that the reason or not for your analysis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Usually, the key levels when especially GJ, when GJ breaks those key levels, it's a strong move. So you can get a nice move at the break of those levels. Other than that, start rejecting it. And you know, if you go to the lower time frames, you're gonna see pins to these levels. So like right now, for example, what's the purpose that GJ came exactly to the 500, and so far it's rejecting. There's only 3 more minutes for this hour to close. You know, the higher time frames, like I said earlier, you have the confirmation that the best case scenario is looking for buys, because it's the bigger time frame, the daily candle. The daily candle already did a retest to the previous support on the daily from yesterday. So I mean, it makes sense that as long we don't break that 142 200. That's going to be a strong support, because it's based on the daily candle. Now, if this daily did all that push to the upside yesterday during Asian session, and we start breaking that support with New York, you can get a nice squeeze toward, I will say, 140, 141, 950.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my analysis says from the morning, because I woke up early before the stream and I did the same analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And these are my levels. My bias is still on buys because of the higher time frames.
Yeah.
But you also have to look for sells just in case anything happens.
Exactly.
And that's what my bias says. Above the 142 600 and sells below 142 200, and that's where the safest buys would be, below the wicks, because we rejected it before. So I don't want to do the same mistake as yesterday. So I'm gonna wait for the wick to break and then take a sell there.
Yeah. Exactly.
And just see where it plays out from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a GU chart. Buys if we close above to fill the range. 18 pip range. Yeah, it could work out. You got candle closing above. You're getting that confirmation for price to continue on. Hey Raja, what does the red folder mean? Red folder on Forex Factory, it means important news. So this is going to be a market moving news over here. We're waiting for in about 30 minutes. All right, looks like GJ is coming up over here now. We got 6 pip range over here. We got 14, 15 pip range till 142.650. Break above 142.650 is going to be what I want to take at this point.
Also, at that point, it's going to be breaking the previous 4-hour candle, which was a bearish candle. So that's an extra confirmation.
There's one trade down over here, London session. Second trade up over here. 2 pipper trades. Beautiful. Nice analysis. Can you please tell me how to hold the winning trades, because trade move in my favor, but when I see profit or small pullback, I can't hold it. Will exit from less profit or before target. Yeah, just close like smaller positions, you know. Whenever you're scared, close 50%, close 60%, close majority of your position, leave like a small position running so that you can get some confidence, you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about confidence. You know, that's why you're not holding trades, you're getting scared. The trade may happen in the 1 hour chart. Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking for buys above 142.650. That's what I'm looking for. I don't care. Now, at this point, I don't care what happens in this range. What I care about is what price is going to do above 650 or below 250. And how do you get that confidence? You get that confidence by taking small trades. You know, like you start winning trades. You just got to give it time. You just got to give it time. At the end of the day, it's just that. What's the date today? It's the 28th January. If you can give yourself time till April to just take 1 trade a day, right? Till April, take 1 trade a day and study that 1 trade every day. Till April, you're going to get enough confidence to really increase your lot sizes. But a lot of people, they don't want to do that. You know, like some days, you know, I don't take any trades. Some days I take 1 trade. Some days I take 2 trades. But I always study my trades. You know, so till April, if you cannot take 1 trade a day and study that trade, I don't think trading is going to work here. I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be very difficult at that point, because then you're going to lack the discipline aspect there. You know, so just take 1 trade a day and study that trade. If it's a winning trade, look to see how you could have made that win better. If it's the losing trade, look to see what could you have done differently to take a better trade, because it was a losing trade, right? And then you're going to come on to the next day and you're going to focus on 1 trade, and then you're going to focus on 1 trade the next day, and over and over and over and over again. You know, but just 1 trade a day to get that discipline in, you know, to get that consistency into taking that just 1 trade a day. You know, because the thing with trading is, I mean, you take 1 trade, and if you get stopped out in the next 5 minutes, you want to take a second trade, because now you're saying, oh no, that was a try trade. You know, when we used to play, so when we were little, we used to play cricket, right? And when someone would get bowled out in the first try, they're like, oh no, this was a try. You know, so that's about trading. In trading, there's no tries. You take 1 trade, that's 1 trade. Whether you get stopped out in 2 seconds or whether you get stopped out in 2 hours. 1 trade is 1 trade.
It's rejecting that 500 again. God damn.
Yeah, man, pretty sticky situations here today. Got a minor support on your JPY here as well. It's creating in this big ass range. Yeah, see, so this day here today, this is a character building day, because there's no trade here. It's just like SpongeBob and Krabby Patties. You know, every day SpongeBob does the Krabby Patties over and over and over again. and Mr. Crab tells him every day, "Oh, SpongeBob. Oh, SpongeBob, tomorrow you're going to get a raise, matey." And SpongeBob believes it, and he never gets a raise. Once the price breaks out of the range, we wait for candle to close. Do we still have to wait for the retest? It depends, you know, like we can't really say how price is going to break out. Whether it's going to, you know, break above 142,650 and then, I mean, we have to wait how it's going to break out, you know, because it's too early to say how it's going to break out. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Waiting for bullish candle for buys, secure 80% at 10 pips. Oh, nice. Beautiful. So you took that trade over here. Candle close with no bottom wick over there. We have seen this over and over in the past. Oh, there's no we, Andre. There's you. You've seen it over and over again. You executed on what you've seen in the past, and you profited from this trade. Beautiful.
Delicate situation with GJ, Mr. Raja.
Yeah. Looks like USD JPY is moving bullish. I can see the price here going up here. It was at 370. It's at 392. Yeah. Gold is trying to push bearish. Also, we got a major news coming in about 20 minutes. So its price is going to break below 1837 to continue down before the news. What should someone do if they can't see left prices on a supply zone? You need to send a chart, and then we can take a look into that. What's the difference between waiting for candle to close before taking a trade and impulse entries? You just answered your own question, millionaire mind dream. What's the difference between waiting for a candle to close and entering the trade without candle closing? The difference. Come on, man.
Imagine. No, I don't want to mess with the psychology for the good luck because this is gonna overwhelm.
Yeah, I think a major difference is going to be if you wait for a candle to close. So you're basically waiting for, let's say, a candle to close like this, and then you're executing on the next candle to potentially go up. But waiting for impulse entry is when you're waiting for the candle to break above the high and you're anticipating it to continue moving. Impulse entries are really, really risky.
Yeah.
Kelvin, gold
Yeah.
sells below 1838 level.
What was that, my friend?
Gold. Once we
Okay.
break weeks at 1837 for sales, what do you think?
Uh-huh.
Are you looking for or no?
Yeah, gold still screaming sells, to be honest. The only thing with gold is that you may get another pullback, you know, to resistance, basically toward 1843. Other than that, 1 hour candles are looking bearish and creating nice price action. It's just they're not as strong as I would like to see these 1 hour candles on gold. But once you start breaking below 1836, it's gonna be a clean move. Even though you have a small support around 1834, 1833, you're gonna get a nice pull break of that support.
Yeah, coach
And
as well,
with
man.
GJ, the problem is that this 1 hour candle came exactly to the 142,500 and it's respecting it so far. And you still, you only have 1 more hour for the 4 hour candle to close. And the way the 4 hour candle is looking, man, if GG start breaking below 142,300, that's gonna be a massive drop on the 4 hour.
We're gonna get the GJ move until the end of the stream. I think maybe after the stream. I don't see it happening right now. It's just too rangy. The 1 hour is too rangy. I don't feel like we're gonna get it during the stream.
Yeah,
But let's
because
see.
I mean, if you get a break on GJ, let's say, I'm sorry, break from GJ from there, the 4-hour candle's gonna look like something like this massive drop. So
Yeah.
I would like to see the 300 level to hold support at least. Delicate situation.
Hey Raja, can you please make more Mad Libs videos? Those are hilarious. Oh, okay. We'll try that. Can you please explain what you mean by great buys and great sells? Like good sells and good buys. That's what it means. Oh wow, gold rejected that support, and now it's coming up to resistance. And we
Yeah,
also
that's exactly what you want to see on gold. That pullback with New York Open, and then reject that resistance to continue the selling areas. You know.
yeah, we'll see what happens with the news over here. 19 minutes.
Fishy.
What's your opinion on same color candles for bear and bull candles? It's all up to you. I mean, I like them differently over here. It doesn't really matter, you know, like if your analysis is bad, changing the colors of the candles will not make your analysis correct. Is it valid to wait for retests in gold? I mean, it depends on how long you've been looking at it, right? I mean, sometimes there's a retest, sometimes gold just continues moving. So to be very safe, I would say it's valid to wait for a retest. So I mean, if gold breaks up or if gold breaks down and you don't enter the trade, then you're going to be looking for a retest for gold, basically. It's my first time here. Do you call out trades here? Yes. So far, there has no trade been called out. We also have news coming in about 15 minutes. Everything is ranging. Everything here today.
Scary 4-hour.
Hello, I'm taking this GER30 trade. What do you think about it? Well, you need to send a chart so we can take a look at it. Oh, there we go. We got a chart. Perfect. GER30. So this is a sell you're looking for. Now, I don't know anything about GER30. The only thing I can comment on is based on the zones we have, and this is resistance zone you've plotted on, which is pretty good. You know, you got rejection. The next area I see is right over here. You know, maybe there may be some sort of a congestion right over here, but if we cross that area, then it's pretty good to come down over here at this point. Oh wow, look at that. Gold up, down. Oh man.
I'm telling you. That was a bit. Oh no.
See this? The harder it ranges, the bigger it breaks. So we got some. It's going to be a big break coming on. See, this is what I want to see, Kervin. If this candle stays the way it is up till to the news, I think it's going to be a good idea to have a buy stop and a sell stop above and below these wicks.
Yes, I agree, bro. I agree.
if you were a new trader, how would you practice price action in such a way that you would keep on improving consistently? I would focus on one trade a day. That's what I would focus on. I would focus on executing on one trade a day and then revising that trade to see, you know, like how could I have done better, you know, how could I have like really done, like, you know, had like good analysis if I had a loss and stuff like that. So that's what I would do. Focus on one trade a day as a new trader. Hey Raja, are you more cautious because of yesterday's loss or because you see the strange market this month? No, not at all. It's just like it's not clear, you know, like I want price to come to me at 142,650 so I can execute, or come down over here so I can execute. If that doesn't happen, then I can't really execute, right? Just take a look at this chart over here. This is GU chart. Okay, so looking for buys over here and sells below this area over here. I would say maybe mark this area right here too. This is your support area right over here. Because if you take a sell over here, your support is right down at this point, right? So you gotta wait. Hey Raja, I have sent you a chart on Facebook. No, send me a chart in Zoom. Right over here. I'm not going to open Facebook to look at that chart. But just think what you just wrote to me.
Oh my God.
Just send a chart in Zoom. Come on, man. Facebook? I can't open Facebook to look at a chart. Let's say it's a strong reaction from the market on the news. How would you act? Wait, enter with trend reversal. Well, we'll have to see what that strong reaction is going to be. We'll have to see what that reaction is going to be there. Someone is saying, I want to believe that is a joke. No, it's not a joke. But the good thing is that comment was a private comment, so no one saw it except me. So come on, man. Don't send it on Facebook. I mean, you got Zoom over here.
Private anymore when you say that.
If you want to look at gold, this is something that you have to be aware every day that you come into New York session with gold. You start creating this kind of range prior New York session. And then with the first move to the downside, it's very rare that you're gonna get in the lower time frames. If you look at the 15 minutes, look at the 15 minutes. Okay, so here is the thing. You have this range prior New York session. So the first move, it's always fake move. Don't fall for this thing. After that, you're gonna get a pullback toward this area or this area, which is the top range. If you get a clean break from this area, look for the next zone to get tapped. Other than that, the previous candle was a fake out. And then your job is going to identify in the lower time frames another, like, let's say a bullish candle on the 5 minutes. And when you have the 5-minute candle closing in this middle range and you get a clear break from that area, your first target is going to be this area right here, and the next one right here. Today it's kind of tricky because we're going to have news. Other than that, that's going to be a nice sell-off for gold, to be honest. But the news, you never know with the news if we're gonna, it so far is retesting that support in the lower time frames. So you still have the 4-hour candle to play with it. So you can easily get with the news, you can easily get a nice push toward this area. And then in the lower time frame, like 5 minutes, you're gonna see this kind of move, breaking outside the range. But if you get a break, but close below this area again, then it's gonna be a sell-off for the rest of the session. So it's something that you gotta be aware with gold, because some people tend to enter sells at the break of this area right here with the first candle, and this candle pulls you back and wicks you up, take you out. And this is a big range. It looks small, but it's about like a 40 pip range. So you at that point you cannot be using 40 pip stop loss for gold, because it's gonna take you in less than 5 minutes. It can take you out. Other than that, just wait for the break of this structure, pull back to the previous resistance, like this one right here, pull back, and then wait for a 5-minute candle. If you're gonna look for sells, you're gonna need a 5-minute candle that looks like 5-minute candle that looks like this. Small wick to the top, and small wick to the bottom. And then at the break of this candle right here, your stop loss should be on top of this 5-minute candle, and the move is gonna be even bigger. But at that point, you're reducing risk, because your stop loss is gonna be like 10, 15, or 20 pips. Other than that, if you measure this candle, it's about 40 pips. So if you get the break from this, aiming for, let's say, for this area right here, your stop loss at that point is gonna be like 40 pips. And like I said, it can take you out really quick. That's why it's really important looking at gold on the 5-minute, because you're gonna find better structure than, and your stop loss is gonna be way smaller than trading it with 15 or 30-minute candles.
I've noticed that about gold, always make a fake move after it makes the right one.
Yeah, exactly.
Kerwin, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Good morning.
Morning, man.
With that information, we have to pay you, man.
No, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Good information, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
So, you are looking for a sell after the 1838, right, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. And all the way down to 1835, 35, maybe 30, 35, right?
Yeah, 1834 is a nice target. 1830, like you have a clear traffic to the left,
So
below
you
the one, the 1838,
Right?
1837. I'm sorry.
37. Oh, okay, I got you.
Not so far. It's moving before the news, so you may get a nice pullback again.
Okay.
This move right now. If you missed it, you missed it. I mean, but I will not looking for any entry right now. I will wait for the news to give me a better
stop or
setup.
not?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna put the sell stop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Yeah. Outside impulsive entry can work, Vanessa. And the problem is that when you get the impulsive move, you gotta be aware that the stop loss. You gotta manage a stop loss. At that point, you basically are managing risk manually. You're not gonna set a stop loss, let's say 20, 30, 40 pips, and just let it get hit. If you see that you're not getting the 20, 25 pips that you need, I mean, scratch out from gold. That point is really risky. That's why impulsive move with gold, you gotta manage them manually. And I will say, if you get 20 pips, that's it. Be happy with it, because it can move 20, 25 pips, or even $30. Let's say 30 pips, and it wicks you all out with a 5 minutes or something like that. So if your entry get like 30 pips or 20 pips in less than 5 minutes, it's done. It's very rare that gold is gonna continue dropping based on the 5-minute candles. So you get an impulsive move, you get 30 pips, then the next 5-minute candle pulls back a lot to your entry and take you out, and the next 5 minutes gonna continue dropping, but at that point it's messing with your psychology.
Can I ask you something? Are you checking also, 1-minute chart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's too much to digest. I have a really good friend. He trades based on a 1 minute, and he's a monster. Jeevan, he's a great guy, and he knows the stuff, man. But I look at the structure on the 1 minute, but for an average person, it's really overwhelming. I will say that's for experienced traders.
Very fast.
Yeah. I mean, and for anybody who's basically in intermediate learning of Forex, I will say stay away from gold. It can give you bad experiences. So unless you have back-tested gold a lot and you see how it moves at the same time over and over again, yeah, you can trade it. Other than that, try to stay away from it. It's nice, and you're gonna see the gurus showing you 100 pips move on gold and whatever. It's sometimes you're not gonna get those moves. You gotta be happy with 20 pips, 30 pips on gold, and that's it, man. 5-minute trade, that's it. Enjoy the day.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So we had a question there that if we can't see above 142, 818. How would we know where the next target is going to be? And for that, you need to take a look on the weekly time frame, and you need to see that, okay, where can price move into now? So I have my targets right there at 144, 500, stuff like that. But if I look at the daily time frame, daily I can see right over here. Daily when I look to the left hand side, the first area I have 143, let's say 400. 143, 400, extend it all to the left hand side, and then there's another one right down over here, which is around, I'd say 143, 142, so I'll keep it at 143 even. Looks like a better number to come up to. So that's how I have this target at 143. Yeah, so I mean, if you continue moving bullish on pound yen, I think 143 is going to be much better for price to come up to. We got about 2 minutes left here for the news, so let's see what happens here. This is AUD USD. Entry made on the candle close, 50% close once this candle closed strong bullish, 50% added with smaller risk once the 30-minute candle closed bearish. Oh, nice. If it comes down to this take profit over here, man, that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful move over there for you. Are you closing partials at 1-1 or 10 pips at first TP? 10 pips. At 10 pips, I'm closing partials all the time. I'm interested in how you are managing the rest of your position after locking your stop. Yeah, I just put my stops at break even at that point and let the rest run. We got about a minute and a half left. Pound yen is still ranging over here, man. Wow. Crazy range. Ranged all morning here today.
I'm telling you, we may not get a trade today.
Yeah, looks like it. I got 30 minutes left on the charts now, and if it doesn't happen, then you know what's gonna happen. Right when we leave the stream, there's gonna be a big move.
It's gonna move, yeah.
Yeah. At New York Stock Exchange open, we're gonna see some moves.
Imagine. That happened a lot.
Yeah. Alright, we got 40 seconds left. Yeah, at this point, I'd like sell stops below this wick over here, or buy stops above that wick over there.
Yeah.
Because if we break below the low, it should continue moving bearish. Same thing goes for the buys if we break above the high over here in this 30-minute candle. Let's see how good that happens. All right. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
I got a feeling it's gonna wake up and then drop.
What's the spread? Spread is around 8 pips right now.
Nothing.
3 pips, 4 pips on gold. All right, let's see what the numbers were over here. Ooh, we had some good numbers here.
Good numbers.
Oh, still loading. Pretty delayed. We've broken below the low over here now. Someone is saying selling gold. I mean, it's broken the low. Just don't know what the numbers are. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, if it had to move, it would just move in one swift motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way it's moving, I don't like it at all. Especially when we don't know. Oh, there were good numbers over here. Okay, we had good numbers. And
At
bad.
this point, if it's gonna drop, should respect the previous 5-minute candle bullish.
Yeah.
If it start breaking, then it's gonna wake you up.
I don't like it at all. Even if I was trading gold, I wouldn't have taken that sell at all. This is the mistake we made yesterday on GJ sells.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Right? It took sells in the first few seconds, boom, stop loss. Pound yen is also ranging here now. Hey Raja, can you check this chart please? Only because you said please. Let's take a look over here. Can we do sell stops and magic keys? Yes. USD JPY, candle broke the high of the previous candle, waiting for candle to close to go long. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, it looks good. Price is moving above. I think it should continue moving bullish at this point. The only thing is now your stop is going to be below this 30-minute candle because you want that area to be respected for it to continue bullish. Gold is still above 1838. I can see it right here. Oh, wow. Yeah. Nothing over here. No trades. The only trade I saw that people took was a sell of this one right over here. Pre-New York. Other than that, nothing. Good morning, Raja and the gang. US 30 set up 30-minute chart. Oh, let's take a look here. 30-minute chart. What do you think about GME stock? I don't think nothing about GME stock. This is the thing, you know, like this is, okay, I'm going to say it, but, you know, don't take it the wrong way. If someone gets offended, just leave the stream and never come back. This is the typical sheep mentality right over here. You know, like people who've never even heard about GME, they're all talking about GME, GME, GME. I mean, I didn't even know about what that was until yesterday, you know, and I'm not even interested in it at all. You know, so everyone who's just talking about GME, GME, man, listen, you've missed the train. You've literally missed the train. The train was when they were talking about it on Wall Street Bets. So if you joined Wall Street Bets, maybe like a week ago, you would have known what they were talking about. Now, when it's in the news, it's already gone. You can't. This is like buying Bitcoin at 40,000. I mean, look around you. Look how many Bitcoin people have just died. They're gone. You know, when they're booming, they're everywhere. Oh, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. But when it's retracing, just gone. all crypto mentors have just disappeared, man. So, you gotta stop it. You gotta start focusing on what you know. I focus on what I know, and I know pound yen, and I know gold a little bit, and I know euro yen. That's all what I focus on. I made a lot of money on this, and I'm going to continue to make a lot of money on this. Why? Because I refuse to get distracted by these different things out there. You know, so you got to stop being a sheep, and you got to start being something that's dedicated to just only one thing. Wall Street Bet's been taken down. No, it got basically, it went private because they had a surge of new subscribers and they had surge of new bots in that forum, so that's why it got privated, but now it's back on. What's your opinion on trading only Wednesdays and Thursdays? I think it's pretty good. Wednesdays and Thursdays are high volume days, so it's pretty good.
Right.
All right, so the 4-hour candle is going to close in about 25 minutes. Man, look at this 4-hour, just in a range over here. Have you had the internet go out during trading? Yes. And then I switched to my mobile. Hey, good morning, Raja. Can you please quickly explain how you identify zones where you shouldn't trade, or is it simply based on clear long candles? It's simply based on clear long candles, right? So this is a range over here. This range is better seen on the 4-hour chart. You can see how candles are printing side by side. And whenever candles are printing side by side, it means there's a big range over there. And generally speaking, it gets extremely difficult to trade in that range because you get rejections like these and moves like these and like these, you know, so it gets extremely difficult. So you got to look for price where there are clean candles. So if you look at 142.650, you can see to the left-hand side, we had this clean candle coming down. And if you measure this range, it's like a 17, 18 pip range. So I think it's going to be a better buy opportunity above 142.650 and better sells below this area over here. So perfect. We're coming up to this resistance over here. See what happens. See, the people talking about the, like, you know, trying to buy GMC, GME, or trying to buy AMC, those are people who are going to get happy with making $500, $1,000. Like, will that be a life-changing amount? Absolutely not. It's not going to be a life-changing amount at all. You know, it's not going to change anything. You had to get in when it was being talked about, when it was at the bottom. That's life-changing amounts right there. Right now, I mean, you're going in with your $500, your $200, man, it's not going to make a difference at all. It's just extra anxiety you're taking on. Because right now, it's just speculative. You know, it's completely speculative. I mean, they're saying it's going to go to $1,000, goes there. I mean, who knows? You know, it's like Bitcoin. So you need to learn how to fish. One guy made 47 million with 50,000 investment. Yeah, he invested in 2019, right? He invested in 2019. November 2019, he put 50,000 believing it's going to go up. And then everyone started talking about it and it went up that way. Right? But if you're investing now, man, it's a straight gamble at this point. People need to learn. Never heard of that dude who lost his Bitcoin wallet. I think a lot of people lost their Bitcoin wallets. Remember when Bitcoin first went to 17,000, 19,000, 20,000? There were a lot of stories like that. What's the best explanation to Muslim parents on how Forex is not gambling and non-haram, even though I have interest-free account? The best explanation is no explanation. Your parents don't need to know what you do. I mean, they don't need to know what you're doing. Because I mean, if you tell them what you're doing, you're basically looking for validation. And I mean, my parents don't know what I do. They have no idea what I do. They only know that I'm comfortable. I bought a house and I help them around with money and this and that. But like, they don't basically know what I do. They don't have to know what you do. Your parents are not your friends, you know. They're your parents. They're here to look out for you. But here's the thing: as we're advancing in technology, right? People who are older than us by, let's say, 20 years, 30 years, they don't necessarily understand how technology is working. And they're all set in their own ways. Even my parents, they're set in their own ways, you know. So I don't tell them what I do. I told them once what I did, started asking me questions, and I was like, do I really need to tell them what I'm doing? And then I stopped, you know, stopped telling them what I do. Unless your parents are funding your account, then there's going to be a problem. But unless that's not happening, they don't need to know what you're doing. Are you Indian? No, man. God forbid. I'm Pakistani.
Oh my God.
That's a joke, don't. Every time. It's funny because whenever someone talks to me, either they ask me if I'm from India or they ask me if I'm from Karachi.
Oh. Okay.
India or Karachi. I'm like, are these the only two places you know where brown people are from? Didn't your parents fund your trading account in the beginning? No. My parents didn't fund shit for me. I didn't ask them for anything. That's the one thing I've done. I think I asked my dad once for 5,000, and that was also a very hard thing for me to do, to put my ego away. And after that, I never. When did you move to Canada? 2016. Wow, gold is still ranging. Your JPY is still struggling to break up. Let's look at this 15-minute candle over here. 15-minute candle is about to close in 2 minutes. If you close above this area, there's a probability we can continue moving bullish. Hey man, I'm seeing that we're at a pretty strong resistance on EJ. Is there additional risk in taking a buy? Yeah, I mean, if we get a close above, then you can anticipate the 30-minute candle to continue moving bullish. That's what we want at this point. Looks like USD/JPY. Oh wow, USD/JPY moved to 450. Damn, from 360, it moved almost 10 pips. That's amazing for UJ.
But from yesterday, the rally since 2 days, I was measuring that thing, and it's less than 80 pips.
Yeah. Now it's coming up into this vicinity of rejection area to the left-hand side on USD/JPY. Yeah, right over here. We're coming into this 450 area, and then we got our resistance up over here at 104.550.
Damn gold.
Okay, looks like gold is breaking up over here with one swift candle moving bullish. You only been in Canada for 5 years? No. Oh, no. We came to Canada, sorry, in 2010. Almost like 10, 11 years. Gold moves straight up. Let's look at your JPY. Your JPY is also trying to move up over here. Oh, straight up. Your JPY also moved straight up with one candle, 15-minute candle also breaking up over here. Yeah, it was a very difficult over here unless there was a impulse entry somewhere above these wicks to the left-hand side. See, this is the beauty of Looking at the trades after they play out. Oh, wow, look at that. Straight up, no confirmations. The beauty is, even if you missed this trade on your JPY, you can look back and say that, okay, maybe I could have entered as it was breaking the wick over here to the left-hand side. You know, and then you take a note of that. And if that happens next time, you're going to be ready. Oh, I remember someone was holding a 20-lot sell on gold earlier on.
So that's the beauty of gold. News came out, a slightly growth on U.S. economy, 5%, and gold is pumping.
Yeah, gold pumped and UJ also pumped at the same time.
Yeah, somebody's lying.
Wow. It only made sense on the 4-hour, but then there were a lot of, like, you know, confusion with the news and rejections. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, there was no way to enter this trade safely unless you took a high risk above, you know, 1844.
Yeah.
Cowboy trade.
Oh wow, 70 pips, $7 right now.
Damn.
Tapping our zones over here. Let's take a look at this chart. It looks like GU also moved up. Buys if this next candle closes bullish. Yeah, it makes sense for it to continue bullish. Let's take a look at GU. GU is also ranging. So there's nothing. That was only gold. Maybe something happened over here. Oh, this is it. I think it moved due to a bad ADP news. Because if you look over here, we had pretty bad ADP. 4%. ADP? From 33% went to 4.2 and then 4%. Maybe ADP news had a lot of weight to move gold up. Missing trades and not being mad is growth. Pick your winners. That is absolutely true. Wasn't the news supposed to move UJ down? How come it moved up? Well, that's... it is what it is. There's some things in the market you can't explain. And you just gotta say it is what it is. Or you can spend time to solve that. But I think a better explanation is it is what it is. I've never looked to see how I can solve that because that involves a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Got my 10 pips on GJ. Oh, nice. You got your pips on the 1 hour time frame here. GJ, impulse sells with the half risk, 80% secure down over here, and price came back up. It was a little risky, but you made it work, so we're gonna let it pass. Very nice though, either way. Oh wow, do we start breaking above 1851? Where are we headed? 1856. We got a wick over here at 1853 as well. 5 minutes just pumping and pumping. There's no retracements on 5 minutes.
Damn. And that 1850, it's been on a strong level.
Yeah, I think GJ also going to continue moving bullish because the 4-hour candle is about to close and the 4-hour candle has respected the low of the previous 4-hour candle and it's breaking the high of the previous 4-hour candle. So it's making this higher low and a higher high within this range though. Yeah, as we come above 142.650, I think we should continue moving bullish on this pair as well.
So now then pullback on gold.
Oof.
Holy.
Crazy. Looks like GJ and GU are getting ready to pump up over here. GU is coming back in this range. It's like a nice 15 pip range. GJ also has a nice range above 650. We shall see. Looks like may want to do some overtime over here for 15 minutes. So how can I send you the chart? You can send the chart in the YouTube chat. Man, there was no way to catch this gold move. With the news, with no confirmations, I mean, it was extremely risky if you just entered buy, you know. That was the only way. But other than that, there was no confirmations at all. Wait for GU to close above resistance. I mean, the candle is about to close in about 10 minutes. So it's all up to you at this point. I mean, the range is all the way up over here. And as you're waiting for candle to close, price can continue moving straight up. You know, and at that point, there's no confirmation, nothing, because you're waiting for the candle to close. Holy, 1856. Crazy. 57 is right there. Broke through all our zones we had. Damn. Pound yen is also coming up over here. This is going to be a trade to take above 142.650. Wow, man, pumping up straight to 1857 over here.
Yeah.
Man, this ADP news can't be that bad. I mean, this thing just rocketed.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, man. This is the news. Is not as like you will say, oh man, what a bad news, man. This is slightly different.
Yeah, it's not as bad to justify a $13 move on gold.
Exactly.
Wow, GU also came up to the zone over here.
Looks like whoever lost money, like an institution who lost money trying to short AMC and GameStop stock is placing all his money into gold. They moved the money.
That could make sense.
Yeah.
That money is being moved from risky instruments now to less risky, which is gold.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Forex has been manipulated at some form, but right now stocks are even worse. So, safe haven is gonna be always a good way to manage money.
Let's take a look at UJ. Oh wow, USD JPY just dumped back in the range. Damn, let's see what the Chinese indicator is saying over here.
Now we're talking.
There's a lot of fears due to the climate change policy, estimated 100,000 in job losses during the pandemic. Yeah, there have been a lot of job losses too. I think what's happening is that all the people with their little stimulus checks are moving the market at this point. Can you
imagine?
The stimulus check warriors are coming in. There was a meme where the hedge fund are like hiding and these robots are like Terminators, and it says stimulus checks, and they're running around the stock market. Oh wow, we tapped that zone over there. Damn, gold played smaller zone to big zone, zone to zone. We got 6 minutes left for this candle to close over here. 4-hour candles also closing bullish. Yeah, I think if we break above 142.650, the daily can easily fill the wick at 142.850. That's like a 20 pip move. US economy contracts 2020, worst performance since 1946. Oh yeah. Are you looking for impulse candle to close above 142,650? Yeah. We'll see how the candle closes. I mean, if it closes bullish, I may want to take a buy on the break. But we'll see. I'm sorry if this is a stupid question, but it's not a good idea to sell gold now. No. No, 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 no. It's a bad idea to sell gold at this point because it's pumping up. You shouldn't sell something that's moving up. Just because it's at a zone, it doesn't mean you should sell it. We got 5 minutes left for this candle to close over here on pound yen.
You're not gonna like this. I think gold's still gonna move even more than that.
Damn.
Holy man.
We're looking at 1860s then.
What a massive move. 1860 is gonna be, it's gonna be rich.
Did anybody catch that move? I was away from the computer.
No, not me. He didn't give me a confirmation. Even though we
No.
talk about getting buy stops, but the way that
When it was breaking above on the 5-minute time frame, I thought to myself, shall I place a buy? Because people couldn't break below. I thought, shall I place a buy to the top of the range at least? And then I thought, nah, it's in a downtrend. Let me leave it. I came back to my computer. It's moved up like 150 pips.
All right, 142,650 coming up.
23.
Been here since 6:30. No trades yet. What would be a good scenario for buys over 650? Stop loss will be crazy. Yeah, stop is going to be pretty crazy. I don't think it's going to be that crazy. I mean, if you get a entry at around 142,670, stop is going to be like 13, 14 pips below the 15-minute candle. And you're targeting like, you know, at like 142, 820, 830. It's still going to be pretty good. Got 3 minutes left over here. What I want to know is the amount of people in sells on gold at this point, because we've reached a strong zone. And I do pray you win the sells, but it's extremely risky at this point. So do not take sells because it's really, really risky. With this new 4-hour coming in, would you want to put the stop under the 15-minute? Yes. So the new 4-hour candle, if it's going to form, and if it's going to continue breaking above 142,650, we want it to form maybe a lower wick and then continue on moving up to fill the wick at, you know, 142,800, 850, all the way up over here. That's what we want at this point. And if the 4-hour candle is going to make a lower wick, I don't think that wick should go lower than the 15-minute candle at 142,530. I see a problem at 142,700. What are your thoughts? That's fine. I explained my thoughts. My thoughts are all the way up over here, 142,800. If you see there's a problem at 142,700, then probably that's not a trade for you to take, because then there's not enough range. One minute left. This is going to be really risky maneuver over here. Risky maneuvers by Raja Banks.
Risky Raja.
Risky Raja. Oh, we've broken above 142,670. This should continue on. Yeah, this should continue on towards 142,800. This should be sort of like a move on Euro JPY at that point. Remember we looked at the Euro JPY chart right over here? As it broke above the wick over there, we said, okay, we could possibly enter that way. I think the same situation is happening on pound yen over here. I entered around 142,679. for it to continue bullish.
Wow. Crazy, crazy.
Yes, sir. We're closing in about 13 seconds. Hey, Raja, do you trade? Yes. What if I said no? Needs to retest this area, and then we are on our way up towards, 142,800.
Yeah, the kind of formation that this 4-hour candle did is a strong bullish, man. So it maybe it's not gonna give you a retest.
Yeah, 100%. That's possible.
Straight push. This is the money, man.
Coming up, 752, 7761, 766. Ooh, 770.
Beautiful.
Got around 9 pips over there. Pushes up.
Done.
There we go. Got 10 pips right there. From
Beautiful.
779 to...
Done. Thank you so much, Mr. Raja.
Oh,
oh my goodness. Keep pumping,
perfect.
baby.
Got this.
I secure 50%.
Got 14 pips over here, man.
And that 50%, just so you know, is my day.
Amazing, amazing. 30 pip runner, amazing.
Beautiful. Jeez. I mean, yeah, man. Stress-free trading. Yeah.
Wow,
it
beautiful.
all depends how badly you want it. I caught 10 pips in economics class.
Oh.
Now, I can pay attention. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day, guys.
Very nice. Here's the air horns. So, okay. So let me break this down from what we saw on your JPY. Okay? Let me break this down. If you were listening correctly, you would have caught this. So look at this. On your JPY, when this move happened, right, there was no confirmation on your JPY. And if you remember, we talked about that, okay, if this will happen yesterday, if this will happen again, we may be entering once we break this high, and then we can maybe take an entry for price to go up. Okay. We look at pound yen over here, the same situation was happening. Price was coming up, broke above this area, and I said, okay, like, you know what, this should continue moving bullish. And that was the same idea on pound yen over here, and the next candle just continued pumping up towards 142,800. So waited 2.5 hours to take a 5-minute trade, less than a 5-minute trade. Can you imagine? Crazy.
Stress-free, man.
Yeah. It was stress-free over here.
Aye.
The discipline was legendary here today. Wow.
And there's only two things that... Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I just had a quick question. So, I know we won this trade, but I just wanted to know, I had my stops below the 15-minute candle. So, if this trade didn't go in our way, how would we have managed this trade?
Close partials. I mean, my stop was 15 pips, and if I knew that if the 15-minute candle will come back in the range, I'd close 50% at that point.
Okay, because I was thinking if it didn't go our way, if it broke the 5-minute low, I was gonna close 50% there.
Oh,
and then
nice.
let the rest run.
Yeah, same idea.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow, look at that, guys. We've tapped 142,850.
And I just want to.
I thought I was gonna miss the move,
and
but
daily
I
wick
waited
also
till I got the close and got it on the retracement.
I just want to add something to this trade, and it's if we don't get a rejection from that daily resistance, which is 142,850, this trade is gonna pay toward 143,500 at least for today, because the daily candle already grabbed so much liquidity that is gonna get dumped to the next key level. Next key level 143 and 143,500. So just be aware of that. At this point, you're only gonna have two options: rejection from the prices right now. Other than that, quick move 25 pips toward the next key level, and that's it, man. This trade is gonna pay. So if you're still holding a runner, hold this thing because it's gonna fly.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Oof.
Stress-free trade, man. Holy folly.
Man, these are the trades I really, really like. Just wait and then just execute and call it a day and get out.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Roger, your 4-minute overtime paid off.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful.
We went overtime. Look at this gold is 1860.
Yeah.
Did you miss that move? No, I caught it. I got like.
On gold. Quick 1-2-1.
Yeah, I got like 15 pips on GJ. Damn, look at that. Daily candle also filled the wick, went beyond. This is the analysis I sent yesterday on my Instagram, that are we gonna break down or are we gonna fill the wick?
Yeah, I'm telling you. That was the best play we could get because we were trading along with the bigger time frames trend.
And also, the Gulag, if you guys got this trade, profited from this trade, made money, give a like on the stream. You know, because we waited 2.5 hours and then we took the trade. It was a long waiting, man. So in trading, you're gonna get paid to wait all the time. What was the reason you waited for the 4 hour to close? Because there was no trade. For me, there was no trade over here. So if you looked at my charts, right here, we clearly had great buys above 142.650. Look at this. We had great buys above 142.650. Simple. So I had to wait for this high to be broken to execute buys. That's it. It was pretty simple. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head off.
What did you say?
I wanted to say everybody, but then I said everybody.
Oh.
My tongue got stuck. Yeah. All right. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, Mr. Raja. Thank you so much, my bro.
Yes, for tomorrow.
Thank you, Raja.
Thank you, Raja.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have a Jeevan tomorrow.
Jeevan tomorrow.
Oh yeah! Wow, nice,
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm getting Jeevan tomorrow.
Very nice.
Muchachas.
Muchachos.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye bye.
Raja the GOAT.
Hasta la vista, babies.
Hasta, babies.